Microphone check. Microphone check. Microphone check.
Peter, is this your fault? Huh? Jerry, this is yours. Okay, I have to look for a charger. What's that? Hombre, es lo bombo, la auricular está. ¿Cómo era la presentación? Ambos piran abajo. No problem, baby, play. This won't work. Yeah. Can't just lay it in unless given the unless it's using some free Wi-Fi. It's not working.
Microphone check. A very good afternoon, dear viewers. For yet another day, welcome back to Billiards Cafe for one of the matches that make Africa catch a cold whenever these two players sneeze. Just in case, whether you're watching one Key Pixels Photography or Break and Finish Live or Peter Chube Live Facebook and YouTube respectively. In case you are now having a perfect stream, please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. From wherever you're watching, especially those that are having a good stream, please give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Now, this match is between two of Africa's legendary players, all the way from South Africa. Jeremiah Naido, the bigger guy, all the way from Uganda, Caesar Chandiga. They are racing tonight for a place in the semi-finals of their first life in this ongoing double life competition that is happening on an annual basis at Billiards Cafe in Lusaka in Zambia. This ongoing frame is the third, and yes, it has caused tying them so far at 1-1 between the two shooters, Caesar and Jerry. And yes, in the meantime, there is a live stream Peter Chube Live YouTube. All four streams share the same exact commentary being presented to you by myself, Peter Chube Live. This, the third of them, all 21 frames in total that are to be played in the race, is being played at slow pace, with, for once, Caesar being defensive, Jerry responding to defense with a defensive shot of his own, playing the cue ball towards an end opposite the one where Caesar's remaining red ball is. As a matter of response, Caesar at the red doesn't get to put it, plays the cue ball into the black, displaces it from proximity to the corner pocket, leaves the cue ball frozen against the cushion. But yes, Jerry can recover. He knows how to put them. This, yes, he does put it. He's on the verge, Ganda of taking the lead for the very first time in the match. This, he never ever misses. He aims and shoots and puts. Race to 11. Jerry 2 and Caesar 1. Ongoing is now frame number 4 out of 21. The match is still young. It now replaces all other matches that have been played so far. Caesar versus Royd, Jerry versus Herbert, Caesar versus Kelvin, Ginte versus Kelvin, and other big matches that have happened. This one now becomes the biggest of them all in the competition, at least so far. Perhaps many of you could have wanted this one to be the grand final if that came to pass. There is a chance that it could as well be the grand final only if Jerry wins this match and only if Caesar wins his second life, such that these two get to meet off in the grand final if they as well win their respective final opponents. Here comes Jerry. He does know that against Caesar his game must be on. He's the one international player outside the Ugandans whom Caesar has as local rivals that has the highest number of victories against Caesar. There are quite a few. In races, Jerry did defeat Caesar once in Dar es Salaam 2 years ago, Caesar winning the other race. Jerry has defeated Caesar in 3 races in South Africa. Caesar has defeated Jerry in 2 races in Uganda. Jerry has defeated Caesar in 1 race in Uganda. They have also played a race in Bulawayo that was won by Jerry. It was a race to 15 for $2,000. They faced off a few times in comps. The last 2 times that they faced off was the Grand Mchana Africa Super 16-man competition that was won by Jerry. In the first life semi-finals, they faced off in a match that was won by Caesar. Jerry using his second life to qualify into the grand final, in which he defeated Caesar and taking home the $4,000 on the day. But on this day, he has increased his scoreline, this time with 1 visit of the table right from the break. The green machine leads against the Scorpion by 3 frames to 1. Thank you for watching. John December, you're asking why I say the big Jerry is from Uganda. No, if I said that, it's a mistake. He's not from Uganda, he's from Durban. That's where he's born, in South Africa, at the age of 28, coming to 4 years older than his opponent, who now breaks frame number 5, breaks them balls big, getting to pot a red, leaving the table open. More likely than not, Caesar should be playing the reds. Pretty much finishable they are. Someone needs to help me count the number of apples that will be produced in this one. Edging himself closer to an apple is the Scorpion, who now has 3 reds on the table. Should be a simple pattern for a guy that has been having his driest spell ever in the last 2 months, and yet for most, if not all, of this competition so far, being one of 2 players that are left in this competition with 2 lives. His 1 life is at huge risk because he's down by 3 frames to 1, but has a chance of pulling 1 back, playing red, and with some kind of backspin, having enough sight of the black, try and put it to the corner pocket top left on break and finish, which is bottom left on Kipixel's photography, and Caesar misses. Maybe that is a sign of what is to come next. Maybe it will not be his day. Maybe Jerry will have the last laugh. Maybe it is only a bad start. continuing in attacking mode. Jerry has 2 problem yellows, the ones that are corner pocket bottom left. It is the corner pocket bottom right, depending on which platform you are watching from. When you get some network glitch, please forgive us, both on QPixel's photography and Break and Finish Live and Peter Choi Live YouTube. When the match was started, there was a heavy downpour of rain, only for about 10 minutes. Since then, it has stopped. Normally, rain and fast network don't go hand in hand. But potting balls and Jerry normally go hand in hand. Yes, a good opportunity. Perhaps the yellow ball he's looking at, play it towards the corner pocket top left where Caesar has his black. Perhaps try and play the yellow off the black, but maintain cue ball for the other yellow. In any way, frozen against the cushion. Jerry gets to miss and gets to concede the frame, and Caesar gets to win a second. Yes, after 5 frames of play, it is now Jeremiah Naido 3 and Caesar Chandiga 2. I let him. People are not fools. 3-2. The player who will lose is leading. Once again, dear viewers, you are watching the live stream of the biggest match of the Billiards Cafe Classic Comp. It is in the first live quarterfinals between 2 of arguably the best 3 players on the African continent, between Jeremiah Naido Ganda from Durban in South Africa taking on Caesar Chandiga from Kampala in Uganda. They are racing to 11 for a place in the first live semi-finals, and after 5 frames played, scores being shared almost evenly, with the South African leading by 3 frames to 2. And yes, this match now provides the prospect of a big game that shall have big memories of all big African pool fans. The live stream is on QPixel's photography, Facebook, Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Peter Choi Live YouTube. And it's going to be the match that takes taking center stage. With due respect to all other 3 quarterfinals happening, the match between the Stars, one of 3 Zim players in the competition so far, the Zimbabweans are really shining big. There are 2 in the first live semi-finals. That is Timothy Onida Sakala and Malvan Makonza Malva, and yet Tim Pakanat Jimo, the other young Zim, is taking on Royd Kabwe. Another Zambian, Moses Mafia, is involved in an all-Zambian derby between himself and Stephen Banda, the guy that we call Dr. Rango. Another big match is between Kelvin Mkandufikoti and the other player besides Caesar, who is having 2 lives. That is Stanford Given Ginte, the Malawian. As the match grows older, I will be getting your score updates from those ones. But now, in this one, we get to see what Caesar can do here. Cutting yellow to the corner pocket. Looks like a miss because yellow was played into red, making matters worse that the cue ball was played into the pocket, rendering the shot a foul, rendering it a big chance for Jerry to win yet another frame. He's starting off as calm and composed. He's always patient and waiting for opportunities to play. So far, all but one opportunity that he has been given to play in this match have ended up in him winning those ongoing frames. So many times that these players have faced off against each other. Personally, I've streamed their matches about anywhere between 12 to 15 times, playing at these different times, all of them causing the internet being broken. As I speak, with just 6 frames played, we are 3,000 watching combined on Facebook and YouTube, watching Jerry making what looks like his 4th clearance of the match. White off 2 cushions and into space to put black to the center pocket. The rest is a formality. Jeremiah Naito 4 and Caesar Chandiga 2. Special thanks to manager Kima, based in Dar es Salaam, nowadays Jerry's manager. And also special thanks to the Advanced Talent Agency, the management team that manages the Scorpion. It is the fact that these 2 players look in good shape, just that one of them is having a relative big lead. The race is long enough to believe that the player that is down can also mount a comeback. Not as if Jerry cannot win, he surely can, because he not only does lead by 4 frames to 2, he could win a 5th in his current list of the table. I do call him Africa's sporting machine because of how quick he plays, how fast, how on target he can be, and yet he hits them balls with power. 2 yellows now to be put to the corner pocket, top right and center left respectively, will give the Bulldozer a 5th frame 1 in the match. Now starting to make light work, looking so calm, so comfortable, so cool, like a cucumber. Normally he's not. The Bulldozer leads by 5 frames to 2 at Billiards Cafe, the heart of Kulima Tower in Lusaka, in Zambia. Billiards Cafe Classic annual competition, first live quarterfinals. Jeremiah Naito 5, Caesar Chandiga 2. Are we going to watch another lightning quick up from Jerry? This time he seems to break dry. The Scorpion is playing the yellows and is looking a little troubled here. This one is the second match where in this competition, Caesar's opponent has been the faster player out of the blocks, starting out as the more sharper player. The first one was in the second life round of last 16, the match where he played against his friend and international teammate Rashid Wagaba Dog City. In that one, Dog City led by 4-0 and 5-1 at one time. But then it was 8-8 at one time, and then Caesar won the match by 9-8. That is the closest in the competition that he has gotten himself to losing himself and one other shooter in Sanford, Vivian Ginte, are left with 2 lives. For Caesar, 1 life is at huge risk of getting out in his current match, most especially that he's 3 frames down. He could win 1 to pull 1 back here, cut the lead of Jerry to 2, because as I speak, he's on the verge. I would think of winning the frame yellow that is closer to the corner pocket will be potted first with the simple roll. The cue ball remaining natural for him to roll the second yellow, you would imagine, to the center pocket right, which is center pocket top if you're watching on Facebook, with a little bit of top spin cue ball following the yellow just a little, and white is natural for the black, which will be potted to the corner pocket bottom left for the Scorpion to record an apple for the first time in the match after 8 frames of play. It is the Ugandan with 3 and the South African in 5, racing to 11. (5-3) after Caesar winning by red apple. He wants to win a 4th for himself, this time by green apple. He has just made 2 reds on the break. He will most certainly want to play the reds, closing the table. In his current view of the table is not easy. He could choose to play yellow into red. The yellow closes the cue ball, could be played into the red, packed at the corner pocket, as though he were listening to me. Scorpion now closes the table and is playing reds with the little backspin, which also granted him good cue ball for another red portable to the center pocket top. Watching on Facebook, it is center pocket right. Watching on YouTube. Here is. He knows he will pot. Which kind of cue ball he could grant himself is what we are left to see. Playing red in white into yellow. I'm not so certain it's what exactly he wanted. He will be lucky that he has another red, the one that is in between the three, that is portable with some kind of ease. That is to the corner pocket top right. On Facebook, it is bottom right on YouTube. Please accept our apologies. There is a little bit of a network glitch. It is mostly affecting the stream on Pictures Photography. It will be sorted anytime sooner. Here is the Scorpion, wanting to do exactly what Jerry did in perhaps the last 10 minutes, that is winning 2 frames with 1 visit of the table, which Jerry did produce with red and green apple. Caesar has just responded with a red apple. This one is more likely to be a green apple. The red left on the table should be portable to the corner pocket top right, where there is a yellow. There is some space cable bouncing off the left cushion with a backspin and into space. Beautiful from the Scorpion. There he comes, pretty much the Caesar of old, potting black and winning with 1 piece of the table and cutting Jerry's lead to 1 frame. It is Caesar now 4 and Jerry 5. Thank you for watching. Charles Pavins, you're on the Facebook stream. Chisoma Chalema seem to be supporting Caesar. Dino Biela. Marisa, I know you're watching. A little bit under pressure, but with some kind of expectation. Miki Nzumola. Zumala supporting the Scorpion. Seems Facebook is dominated by Caesar fans. One thing I know is that on the Break and Finish Live, as well as Qpixel's photography Facebook pages, the biggest amount of following is from South Africa. So maybe you are lost, guys. In the comment section, I'm not seeing it. You are so many in numbers. James Kasumba, thank you for watching. You are calling him Caesar Mente. Karabos Tao must be South African. It's lunchtime. Thank you for watching. You want Jerry to eat an apple. The doctor says that an apple a day, it is said, keeps you away from the doctor. So you have been fed to 4 apples, 2 from Jerry, 2 from Caesar, red and green respectively. Christian Shinzwe, welcome to the Facebook stream. And Alex Pili must be watching from Zambia. Thank you for watching. James Chikwana, you think it will end by Caesar winning 11 frames to 5. You do not think that Jerry will win any more frames. I really think you are so wrong. Swalen Senjeva, thank you for watching. Sibusiso Lamini supporting Ganda, and Caesar produces one of those Caesar moments to put himself on the verge of winning another of what will be 5 frames in the match so far. He's left with 1 red on the table, which he will be playing perhaps with backspin, having the cue ball bounce off the left cushion, then move backwards where he's having his hands, not even needing to use the cushion to move the cue ball. The Scorpion is still okay. A little bit of a cut between white and black, but she'll be okay, trying to put black to the corner pocket bottom right, with the cue ball being maintained to perfection, and the Scorpion wins again. How about that? For a period of dominance, winning 3 frames all in a row, simply as though he were playing all on his own. Caesar 5, Jerry 5, race to 11. From other matches. And now, from other matches happening on other tables, the player with the biggest lead of them all is Zambia's Raid Kabwe Kimasters international defending champion, who leads against Pakanat Jumu. The Zimbabwean by 5 frames to 1, racing to 11. Moses Mofia and Dr. Rango Steven Banda in an all Zambian derby are drawing 3-all as I speak. It is 5-5 between Jerry and Caesar, but now it is 5-3, Ginte leading against Kelvin. Ginte and Caesar are the only players left in the competition with 2 lives, just in case you may have forgotten. Maybe this one is turning into a Ginte Caesar show, but first Caesar has to defeat Jerry, something that will not be easy. They are drawing 5-all after 10 frames. That is 1/2 of the match played, cancelling each other out pretty much perfectly, playing pretty much at the same exact levels, scoring the same exact number of apples, having almost the same exact number of unforced errors, and having the same exact number of scores in the match. That is the fastest of them all so far. I am pretty sure that we shall have about 30 minutes for 2 other matches on Facebook and YouTube respectively when this one is done, because yes, there is time, and this one will be the fastest of them all, whether or not it ends in a decider. Now Caesar is a little bit decisive in the way he's so mean with the cue ball he's giving to Jerry, who misses a ball. You want to think that the safety shot from Caesar is vindicated as effective. He's gotten to Port Caesar, has played cue ball into red, rendering it pretty not good, because he would have loved to put it to the center pocket, but center pocket position is occupied by 2 of Jerry's yellows. I want to think that Caesar is playing again to snooker, tap the cue ball onto the red, and then tap it into the cushion and play another snooker. Seems he used a little bit more power than he would have wanted, because finding the angle wasn't called for. Jerry was left seeing the ball almost in full. Once again, just in case you are only now joining the stream, it is the second live quarterfinals at the ongoing Billiards Cafe annual international classic competition, played once every year, normally at the end of the year, sometimes in November, most of the times in December. First edition was played at a venue far away from here, still by the same organizers. It was won by Uganda's Ibra Sejemba in 2021, defeating Zambia's Victor Sinyenza in the final. Second edition, because of COVID, wasn't played in 2022, but 2023 it was played right here, won by Sanford Given Ginte, the Malawian, defeating Uganda's Ibrahim Sejemba in the final of the tournament, which was then played on double elimination basis. Ginte did not lose a match in the tournament whatsoever. Third edition was played in 2023 last year. That was pretty much South African as the South Africans took all of them first four positions between three players. The eventual winner, Aiden Joseph, the player that reached the two finals in the first and second leg from Zamo Ntaninge, that came second to Aiden but lost the third place match to Mandy Mente, who came third. Then Mzamo took positions number 2 and 4 in the action that I did stream right here. Caesar is playing himself into creation of some little bit of space. Cue ball is now so close to the red, which is the ball he was expecting to put. Let's try and play. There's deafening noise in the background, most especially for the match involving Kelvin, the local, taking on Ginte, the Malawian. Caesar now has one big bank to make. Have side slide off the red, try put it to the center pocket right, move the keyboard towards the top right end of the table where he wants to play the black from. Could it be perfect? Not perfect it is, not perfect whatsoever. Canadian boy, thank you for watching. You're understanding why Eden is watching this one from home. Eden is at home in Johannesburg. No problem, he decided not to participate in this one, but he's having a lot of action coming up. There is another international comp that is coming up next Friday in Arusha in Tanzania. As for myself, I'll be traveling back home on Monday. Thereafter, get a bus to Arusha immediately. You guys must watch that one with the same exact voice. In that one, both Aiden and Jerry and Caesar have confirmed their participation. All guns blazing, the Q Masters International Carnival second edition in the same year, coming up next week from Friday all the way to Sunday. Men, ladies, teams, and singles events all in one competition in Arusha in Tanzania. But now in Lusaka in Zambia, Jerry has moved the cue ball not close enough to the black, but still can cut it by rail drive to the corner pocket. Yes, he does get in. Yes, he does lead. Yes, he does sink in the black and gets timeout for the first time in the match for 3 minutes as granted as by the rules after 10 frames. Jeremiah Naidoo 6, Caesar Chandiga 5. Timeout Caesar. Timeout Jerry.
Jesse, chop you. I just said what chop. I didn't say play. Malufa, Malufa, Malufa. What is he saying? What is he saying? You want to do comment? Huh? You want to do comment? No. It's okay. Inapika post.
Dear viewers, you are watching the live stream of the biggest match of them all in the competition so far. It is a match in the round of last 8 of the second life of this ongoing double life competition happening at Billiards Cafe in Tanzania. Caesar Chandiga, the Ugandan, and Jeremiah Naido, the South African, are currently drawing 6 all, racing to 11. And now a race to 5, which shall see the winner qualify his second life into the semi-finals. The loser if it is Jerry, shall go out of the competition. The loser, if Caesar, shall still have a chance to redeem himself because he still has a life in the first life semi-finals, which will take on. What is your name, sir? He's called Maluva. He's in the commentary box. He doesn't want to say anything. He's watching the match of a guy that maybe will be his opponent in the next 30 minutes, but a friend of his, and they share the same management team at. And looks like Caesar could take the lead for the very first time since the first frame of the match. He led by 1-0, and then Jerry equalized and took the lead. Since then, Caesar has not been leading. Sometimes he has been having level scores, but for most of the time he has been drawing. It's now 6-6 with this ongoing frame, giving the lead to whoever of these two amazing shooters will be putting black in this frame, number 13. That was close. At one point I thought the red wasn't possible, but now that it has passed, the rest is a formality. For the first time after frame 1, the Ugandan takes the lead after 13 frames of play. It is Caesar 7 and Jerry 6. Desperado, thank you for watching. Richard Kasongo, you are saying that it's in Tanzania. If I said this is in Tanzania, then you know that I'm becoming a little tired. Maybe now that we are about to come to the end of action happening in Zambia, part of my mind goes to Tanzania, which is the next destination for next weekend. Anyway, Arusha, the Q Masters International Carnival second edition. Both the players who are on table are in participation, as well as other very good shooters from Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, another South African player, Aiden Joseph, and so many others. Of course, a few from Zambia. Action will be happening with the competition, this time around having a separate competition for ladies as much as a team event, which will be having the Ugandan team Roxbury as defending champion. In Tanzania is where Jerry is lately managed. Of course, he will be making the trip, but first he has unfinished business against Caesar. These two players met off for the last time in Kenya, a double F competition that was organized by the Grand Mchana, by Mchana Pub and Grill, inviting the top 16 players on the African continent, including these two, in the winners bracket of that double elimination competition. Caesar did defeat Jerry using the losers bracket. I remember him beating Saif Hamad to qualify into the grand final to face Caesar in that race to 16, which Jerry won and took home the $4,000 and the trophy on the day. He has gotten himself snookered, Jerry. That will not look pleasant for the South African. You fancy him to find the angle, play into the red, but simply finding it will clearly not be enough. He finds it, he almost got the red sunk. You just get the feeling that almost will not be enough. I think Caesar will be snookering Jerry. A very necessary snooker it will be, but it has to be a total snooker. The Scorpion on the yellows. The fight is for Jerry to equalize in the frame. The fight is for Caesar to increase his lead to 2 frames for the very first time in the match. The intention was the snooker to be a total snooker. It's not a total snooker because the red is findable by Jerry. You hope for him that he finds it and as well pots it. He will find it. He, however, will not be potting it. He will be granting Caesar another chance to play. And Jerry gets a round of applause from the fans for simply not fouling, because yes, the implication of a foul can really mean to be costly. Still action happening between the Zambians, Stephen Banda and Moses Mofia. Another Zambian, Roy Kabwe, is taking on Zimbabwe's Pakanat Jimo. Another Zambian, Kelvin Fikoti Nkandu, is taking on Malawi's Stanford Griven Ginte. Jerry snookered, wanting again to find red off the cushion. He finds it and puts it, and with power, as though he intended to use power enough to move the cue ball from the corner pocket, and we'll be having easy white for black. And yes, the green machine equalizes against the Scorpion. After 14 frames, it is Jerry 7 and Caesar 7. The atmosphere is getting deafening, while the majority are keenly interested in this match that they are watching. They also have keen interest in the match between Ginte and Kelvin, which provides the biggest challenge of them all three matches that the Zambians are having on 3 tables. Rango and Mofia, actually there are 4 Zambians in the top 8 in the second life. That one is an all Zambian derby. Whoever will be winning, we shall be having a Zambian in the semi-finals. There is a likely Zambian in the semi-final again between Pakanat Jimo and Roy Kabwe, because Roy Kabwe is leading, if I'm not mistaken, by 6 frames to 2. It could be a third Zambian, Kelvin, if he defeats Ginte in a match where Kelvin is now starting to mount what looks like a big comeback. The second life is some kind of Zambian affair, but with competition from both Caesar and Cherry. The first life is already into the semi-finals. 2 Zimbabweans, that is Malvan Mokonza and Timothy Onida Sakala, in there together with Caesar and Ginte. That will go down as a big miss from the green machine. It could also be a very regrettable miss. Live streaming of action between Caesar and Jerry is live on 3 platforms: Q Pixels Photography Facebook, Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Peter Chobe Live YouTube. All streams look beautiful, neat, clear. They have the same exact commentary. It is 7 frames to go. Both Caesar and Jerry will need to win 4 of those. I do believe that you are watching crystal clear images. Thank you for allowing us as media men, those streaming this match, in particular myself and Francis, the other guy whose money I beat so much, allowing us to be part of your pool life. Next week, Francis will be heading to Eswatini. I'll be heading to Arusha for the King Masters International Carnival. Then there is another pool party in Eswatini. The might of Zimbabwe's players, some from Zambia, some from South Africa, will be participating alongside the best that are in Eswatini. Coming up live next week on Kipixel's photography. Break and Finish will be coming live from Arusha. Lucky Lewis, thank you for watching on the YouTube stream. Lexan Salizi. Humza Abias. You say that if Caesar wins this match, he wins the comp. You are wrong. If Caesar wins the match, he only takes his second life to the semi-finals. There is still lots of formidable opposition. Whoever wins between Ginter and Kelvin, very formidable. Roy Tikaboy, very formidable. Moses Mafia and Steven Banda, very formidable. Malvan Mukonza, very formidable. Timothy Sakala, very solid. It is still game on. All those players are each capable of defeating anybody in the competition. Don't call this one yet. The frame ongoing is not yet called because Jerry has missed yet another red. Caesar will be having the hope that even if he doesn't finish the frame, the black is positioned right so close to one of his yellows. You get the feeling Caesar will not want to pot in his next shot. He will want to play some safety and has played a total safety. For Jerry, I want to think that to find either of the reds, he must play at least 2 cautions, if not more. It is what you will call a total snooker when even the would-be direct angle has been snookered. Jerry is out of sorts and yet, worst of all, knowing that should he not find either of the reds, he will most likely be losing the frame of the cushion with big left English on it. It's actually off 2 cushions, but it was not going to be enough. It is a scratch by the South African with the Ugandan welcoming the opportunity with open arms for Caesar to more likely than not win his 8th of the match to need 3, while Jerry will most likely be needing to win 4 after Caesar's current piece of the table. I don't want to think that the free shot was played to perfection. There's 2 yellows touching each other. I have big doubts as whether they can go in if one is played into another. Maybe Caesar will be thinking of yet another safety shot. Stanford given Ginter 6 now, and Kelvin Fikoti 7. Sorry, send you over. Go away. We are watching. As Jerry puts and manages the kick ball even better, I do get a feeling you'll want to put red to the corner pocket, bottom left, which is bottom left on Peter Chobi Live YouTube. Maybe try and put black by combination to the same corner pocket where there is a yellow part. By he moves it the entire length of the table off the cushion. He's actually intending to put black to the center pocket and has very good ability to put goes for the bank off cushion and off target. Advantage Caesar. It was, in my opinion, always safer if he had attempted a combination. As well, Caesar misses a ball and misses it suspiciously in favor of Ganda, who will want to have a leftward, a rightward cut on the black to put it to the corner pocket top right. He as well misses. The last 3 frames have been played to a level so low in comparison to what these 2 players have made us so accustomed to for the last 5-6 years. Should be done at this one, Caesar, unless he doesn't manipulate cue ball well for black, because he has to move the cue ball towards the right end of the table. On Facebook, it is the left end of the table if you're watching. It is the bottom end of the table if you're watching on YouTube. Here he comes, leaves a necessary cut between white and yellow such that he simply has a little tap between white and yellow. Perhaps play the cue ball off the left cushion, then move it rightwards, just like that. And yes, there we are. The Scorpion versus the Black. After a neatly played shot, wins the 8th frame out of 15. As the matter of scoreline, it is now South Africa and Jerry 7, Caesar and Uganda 8, race to 11. From wherever you're watching, please do not forget to like the video. Liking is just for the streaming platform, like for this video, Facebook and YouTube respectively, to recommend the same video to other viewers like yourself. Just that. Made next door. Thank you for watching on the YouTube stream. KSUG supporting on the YouTube stream. You seem to be supporting this season. Jazz Houghton, thank you for watching. So watching on Qpixel's photography. Polite Manavela. You want Jerry to relax. Sosokewa. And as well as a few more hundreds watching. It's in fact a few more thousands, because as I speak we are over 3,000 watching the action all live. Charles Pivins supporting Caesar on the Facebook stream. James Kasumba making fun of Jerry simply because of the one frame lead you're having. You're not fair. Shizan in low, thank you for watching. Somewhere from South Africa. Alex Pidi uploading Caesar's shot that he played to find cue ball for black. Pupa Howard's Chisha, Zambian, watching, supporting Caesar. Yes, it seems Caesar is dominating in terms of support on the live stream. But that won't matter. What will matter is if he or Jerry will be winning any of the frames. That one is Caesar playing yellow off red and potting a shot that's supposed to be a little difficult with too much ease. He denies himself cue ball, however, for any of the two yellows if he were to pot with any kind of ease. Evan Senior, thank you for watching. Caesar going for the bottom yellow first and misses it, big opportunity for Jerry to equalize yet again in now what is becoming the most competitive match of the competition, with due respect to the match between Caesar and Dog City, the match between Kelvin and Caesar, matches between Herbert and Jerry, and the other very competitive matches that have been happening throughout the course of the competition, which is now having the entire African fraternity tuning onto their phones, their TVs, using the internet to unite the sport as a one African fraternity. With now 4 reds on the table is the bulldozer, listening them with each and every shot that he takes and playing with very little time in between shots. He's the fastest player, no shadow of a doubt, on the African continent. Also has recorded the fastest apple ever played against the same player who is his opponent now. A 33-second apple that was played and won by him against Caesar in Nairobi last year. Another 30-second apple for him against Victor in Zimbabwe 2 years ago. Now on the verge of potting black against the same player who is leading, and the scores are now level. After 16 frames of play, it is now Caesar 8 and Jerry 8. Race to 11 is officially now race to 3. it's becoming even closer than it has been. Of course, coming into the match, Caesar being the better form player because he has his 2 lives in the competition. Jerry is on 1. He has himself to blame for losing his first life in the first round on Thursday against a Zambian little-known player who started with 2 frames in hand after Jerry arrived 10 minutes late, with the rule giving a timeout, a time countdown in favor of the present player, who in that case wasn't Jerry, who came with too much unsettledness, 2 frames down, and then lost the next 2, getting timeout and starting a comeback. And against a decent player, it seemed to be a big task. He got to lose the match by 9 frames to 7, but he has been able to fight his way in the second life. Here he is now with a chance of make it into the semi-finals, but first must beat Caesar, and yet Caesar is the one playing and looks to be on the verge of winning frame number 17. How good will the pot or the cue ball be? The pot is on. The cue ball, I want to believe that is even better. That is why the Scorpion is getting a much deserved round of applause now, wanting to roll yellow to the center pocket left and black to the center pocket right to win the frame. That regains him the lead that he's been having, but failing to increase it to 2. But for now, it's a 1 frame lead for the Scorpion against the Bulldozer. Uganda and Caesar 9, South Africa and Jerry 8, rest to 11. Special thanks to Peter Chimanda, watching on Kipixel's photography, homeboy. Now 7-7 between Kelvin and Ginte. I believe that this match that you are watching will be ending earlier than that, because yes, it is 17 frames that have been played and yet it's 14 that side. Then we shall be getting to watch the last moments of that one in a new stream. Moses Jomlex, you want Caesar to stop snookering Jerry. If you want to win, you say you just want him to pot balls, that taking risks is better. All right, good opinion. The game is mostly about potting balls. Other stuff can always come in later. Now for the Scorpion, the lead may not come in later. If he gets to win this frame, he's playing the reds, he's potting, sometimes for fun. He's having Jerry, having to bring the best out of Caesar, even for Caesar to stand a chance of winning this big quarter final in the second life. He's pretty much right at home of all the players, of both players involved in this match. Caesar, having played the semi-professional pool for close to 2 years in Lusaka at Billiards Cafe in Zambia, the country where he won 27 weekly comps all in 1 year, where he won money match after money match after money match. But I'm made to learn that he played 3 money matches against Jerry here during his stint here. Caesar winning 1 and losing 2 to Jerry. Also, Caesar having the blessings of the country of his in-laws. His wife Mercy is Zambian and doesn't like watching at the venue because of pressure stuff. She just likes watching online. and they could be in trouble for that statement. That noise in the background isn't Caesar's or Jerry's. Despite the fact that Jerry is sporting well, it is for the fans of Kelvin, because seemingly Kelvin is on the verge of winning an eighth, because the score is now at 7-7. But for the match of our interest, still Jerry going for clearance. Now the problem yellows are the two that are piled up against each other near the cushion. We want to put one of them with some kind of backspin. Perfect. The rest is a formality. Another little backspin. The pot of the black will create, if I'm not mistaken, a sixth equalizer in the match, as the equalizing frames are now being shared between the two players in equal measure. 3 frames at maximum to go. Jerry 9, Caesar 9, race to 11. I will take those shots. This is Caesar breaking frame number 19, hitting the pyramid. Looks dry. No, it is not dry. He has made the one yellow. What looks tricky is the fact that he has 2 balls inside a red that is almost touching the yellow, and the yellow there to be taken. If he puts the yellow to close the table playing yellows, it will be a suspect decision, because it will leave the reds positioned better than the yellows and will make it look quite risky a decision, and yet it's what he has taken. Some players with this kind of situation decide simply not to pot. To play something of a shot where they don't play the bad possession balls. Sometimes Caesar can also go defensive. Oops, he has played to pot and has manipulated the cue ball well. The red that is right, the yellow behind red is also portable now to the corner pocket bottom left. It is corner pocket bottom right if you're watching on Facebook. A very disciplined crowd at the venue who are simply watching the game, getting entertained, having no feelings in the game. They just like to watch their stars. An even more passionate crowd watching online in a game that has now got to hit 4,000 people combined on Facebook and YouTube watching live. Thank you, Africa. As the Scorpion misses what could be a very critical shot in the frame, and yes, in the match. Here comes Jerry. I just had that feeling in myself that the decision for Caesar to play the yellows, although they were the easier portable balls, maybe the only realistically portable balls when the table was open, after him breaking and putting a yellow, it was always risky. Jerry wanting to come back to take the easy pickings. Here he is. Well, perhaps want to put the red, maybe at the corner pocket bottom right, maybe center pocket left. That's tricky. To go for the center pocket doesn't guarantee him cue ball for either of the next race. The easier option is to put the one to the corner pocket bottom right with top spin, cue ball bouncing a little off the cushion. The red that is the top one of the team will be rolled to the corner pockets. Cue ball manipulated well for the last one. The same exact shot, hot with backspin. Lacked a little bit of movement, but I think Jerry will be okay. Wanting to cut back to the corner pocket top left for him to regain the lead that he had some time back. The black is sunk. The Bulldogs are in perfect business here. He leads against the Scorpion by 10 frames to 9. 2 frames to go. Caesar must win them both for a second life and retain 1 life, just as majority of other players, apart from Ginte. This one could be the last frame of the match. If it is won by Jerry, he'll wipe the sweat from his face. Of course, the game can be tiring, most especially in the mind. You get to sweat as you play, even though the weather may not be hot. Jerry breaking. It's the second ball. Looks dry. No, it is not. He has gotten to pot a red on the break, getting a round of applause from the fans. They are telling him now. I'm going to read one comment from one of the viewers who are watching the YouTube stream. He's a South African. He's called Aiden Joseph. He's supporting Jerry, but he has said, "Come on, my wife, Jerry." He wants to insinuate that he beats Jerry almost every time, like his wife. Aiden, the world is watching. And while you call him so, in 2 days we will be back home and we'll want you on the pool table. For now, this one is Jerry going for clearance number 11, which will be his last of the match, to try and take a life that he has been fighting so hard for, with almost all his power, all his energy, all his talent, all his ambition, all his skill, all his sporting ability, all his cue ball control, to try and take down the guy that is supposed to be his hardest competitor in the competition, to put both of them at level in the competition, with both having 1 life. Jerry still has 3 yellows to pot, one of them a little bit tricky, 2 of them potable with some kind of ease. As fans continue to stand right around the table, wanting to see for themselves what looks like the moment that eliminates Caesar's second life in the competition. Jerry has enough sight of the wood pad of the 2 yellows that are on the table. He will want to play it and put it to the corner pocket with a little bit of right English before bouncing off the cushion and moving rightwards. Just like that, the rest is a formality. It will be a roll of the yellow to the corner pocket. Black is portable to the center pocket where there is the red. Direct all of the red. The pride of Japan is taking down the pride of Kampala in the best of fashion. Jeremiah Naido, the bulldozer, as bulldozers celebrations start at Billiards Cafe. Jerry, ladies and gentlemen, defeats Caesar. Be reminded that both players remain with a life in the competition. Caesar still has to play Maruba in the first life. Final score, Jerry 11 and Caesar 9.